A man stands at the edge of a bridge, despair consuming him. At his feet, there's an ad that reads, "Don't give up. Call this number." After hesitating, he dials. A taxi pulls up in front of him. Model taxi is painted on the side. The driver tells him to get in. The man climbs into the back seat. He notices the vintage interior. The driver's wearing sunglasses. The whole vibe is eerie. The driver's name is Kim Do-ji. He asks the man what happened. The man breaks down and tells his story. His wife passed away. To support his son, he opened a fried chicken shop. When his son was young, he was embarrassed to bring fried chicken lunchboxes to school.
싫어! 치킨을 누가 학교에 싸와!
But he always accepted them anyway. Years later, his son grew up. One day, the landlord suddenly showed up demanding rent. The man explained business was slow. He begged for a few more days. If he lost the shop, they'd be homeless. His son overheard everything from his room. The next day, the son told his father he'd received a full scholarship to study abroad. Though worried, the father agreed. He bought his son his first suit. He took him to the airport himself. But 2 weeks later, his son suddenly went silent. The father panicked. Then the landlord told him something shocking. His son had already paid off all the rent and asked him to keep it secret. The father immediately knew something was wrong. He tracked down his son's classmate and asked questions. That's when he learned there was no study abroad program. His son had gone to work. He'd even taken a leave of absence from school. The father found an employment contract in his son's room. He wanted to text his son to come home, but then he realized it was his own failure that pushed his son to do this. So he deleted the message. He decided to go get his son himself. He followed the address on the contract. It led to an abandoned building. That's when his son called, begging for help. The father immediately called the police. They kept telling him to go home and wait. Kim Do-ji noticed something suspicious. After the first police report, they did investigate. But then the son called the police station. He said he didn't want to return home. So the police classified it as a runaway case and stopped investigating. For the next year, he spent every day plastering missing person flyers all over the streets, until he received a letter from his son. He opened it. It was a suicide note. Kim Do-ji examined the note carefully. He discovered a faint impression beneath the writing. He used to be a communications officer. He recognized it might be Morse code. When decoded, it spelled out 4 words, "Please save me." The suicide note was clearly written under duress. Kim Do-ji sprang into action. He tracked down the domestic recruiting company. The address was fake. So he submitted an application using a resume just like Dong Jae's. He was hired almost immediately. The job also required going overseas. His next move, infiltrate the organization and uncover the truth behind Dong Jae's disappearance.